What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video we are once again going to give you guys my weekly outlook on the crypto markets. We are going to discuss the current state of Bitcoin and Ethereum, in which I think this week we have to be very careful on Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks a bit weak, it looks a bit heavy, it can definitely continue to the downside, but let's see if there could also be a bullish case and a bullish scenario in which Bitcoin is going to find its way back towards the upside. Now, what I wanted to start off with in today's video, guys, is to explain to you guys that we are currently within the last trading week of 2024. And why is this very important information? Because usually during the last trading week and weeks of 2024, the price action is very slow, very choppy, and you see a lot of fake and scammy moves. Now you're probably wondering, Guru, why is that exactly? Well, it is mainly because of the fact that because it is the end of 2023, the bigger players inside of this market, the bigger institutions within this market are going to celebrate the holidays. And besides that they are going to celebrate the holidays, they also have to withdraw bigger parts of their funds. Why? Because they need to make up of the balance sheet of 2023 to prove their funds to the tax authorities in 2024, right? So they literally have to make screenshots of what they own, of what it's worth at this point in time, and that is the reason why a lot of people are withdrawing their funds or exiting their trades, their bigger trades, and that is why a lot of money is flowing out of this market. And that is why volume will be low, moves will be scammy, moves will be choppy. And that is something that we have to take into account when we are going to do our analysis on Bitcoin for this week. And we have to realize that every single time when we want to exit or enter a trade during the upcoming weeks until the end of the year. It is our job to prove, to protect the profits that we made over the past few weeks until the end of the year. If we can still get another good trade, then we obviously have to take the opportunity. But it is more important to preserve our capital over the upcoming weeks instead of wanting to expand our capital over the upcoming weeks. And that is something that you have to take into account, okay? And if you cannot control your emotions, you should not be trading, okay? So if you do feel the urge to get into a trade over the upcoming weeks, I understand, okay? Everyone feels that urge. But it is our job as a trader to resist that urge, to control our emotions, and to only take the highest probability setups out there. And currently we can see that Bitcoin swept the high over here, right? And the sweep of that high was followed by a break of structure, okay? Afterwards, we can see that if we take a fib retracement and we go from swing high to swing low, is that the price retraced back towards a golden Fibonacci ratio in the 0.786 and rejected there and it found its way towards the downside. Now, there's two different scenarios. The first scenario being is that Bitcoin is in the middle of a bigger A, B, C correction to the downside, right? The second scenario is that Bitcoin has already finished its A, B, C correction to the downside, in which it should find its way back towards the upside from off this area. Now, both scenarios still have equal probability in my opinion, okay? Now, usually, why I do still prefer some potential more upside is because let's say we are currently in a bigger ABC correction, this C wave usually should be very impulsive, okay? And we should see a 5-wave structure towards the downside. Now, in my opinion, this is not very impulsive, but rather a bit corrective, in which, in my opinion at least, that higher the probability of this being our A, B, C correction, and this being the potential start of a new impulse towards the upside, or maybe a bigger A, B, C correctional second wave towards the upside, in which that is going to be followed by a third A, B, C, okay, in which we are going to see some kind of a zigzag correctional move for Bitcoin, okay? Now that is because, like I said, usually the C wave should be very impulsive, and that is something we are not seeing currently, in which this could simply be a valid break of structure towards the upside, and Bitcoin could simply be forming either the B wave to the downside before getting that C wave, or maybe even we are currently seeing the correctional move, the correctional structure before Bitcoin is going to start its third impulse towards the upside, followed by a fourth and a fifth one, in which we are potentially starting a brand new impulsive structure towards the upside for Bitcoin. Currently, I do still prefer this kind of scenario, okay? I also think that we are currently close to these lows. So yes, there is definitely some liquidity resting over here, but I also think that we probably have quite some people that are getting extremely bearish over here again on the Bitcoin price, okay? Now they're expecting lower prices and they're placing their stops above these highs. And this is definitely building up a lot of low resistance liquidity over here, okay? So we can see these constant lower highs over here that are building up quite some liquidity. So if we manage to hold this support area over here for the Bitcoin price, I expect higher price for Bitcoin, and I expect the next move over here to be very impulsive, okay? Because if this turns out to be our third wave, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if this turns out to be our C wave for a bigger correctional structure towards the upside, both the C wave and the third wave should be impulsive and very aggressive, okay? Both very common trades for both the C wave and the third wave. So regardless, if I'm correct on my thesis, and if the price is going to hold this area of support, both the third and the C wave should be very impulsive and aggressively towards the upside. And it's something that I'm definitely looking at for the Bitcoin price. Now, does that mean that I'm opening a long position over here with my invalidation over here? Obviously not. I'm not stupid, okay? I can see there's liquidity over here and liquidity over here, and I'm not seeing any signs of strength yet, okay? So now what could be a trigger for me to position myself long on Bitcoin is if we are going to, for example, see a sweep of these equal lows followed by a break of structure towards the upside over here. That could be a long trigger for me, okay? So what I would like to see is to get a sweep at some point of these equal lows, okay? Followed by a break of structure, and then I'm going to position myself long on the higher low, okay? I will try to identify a nice higher low over here with my stop beneath this local low, targeting at least these equal highs for the Bitcoin price. And that offers a nice RR of approximately 3 to, let's say, 4. And if I'm targeting higher, it will offer an RR of approximately 5. And this is definitely a scenario that I'm willing to play for Bitcoin, but only if we get a sweep of the lows followed by a break of structure with momentum. And a break of structure means that we need to open and close candles above this previous high that will bring us to this fresh low over here. That is the only way that I'm willing to position myself long on Bitcoin. I might even take a market entry over here, because like I said, if this turns out to be a C wave or a third wave, it's going to be very aggressive and very exponential, and it won't offer a perfect retest of the discount area if price is truly bullish. And that is something that you also have to take into account, but definitely something that I'm eyeing up for Bitcoin right now. Not willing to short as long as the higher time frame trend on the daily is still to the upside, and as long as a lot of people are shorting the price of Bitcoin. Now, looking at this Ethereum trade, which is close to getting stopped out at break even, if we're going to remove these drawings for Ethereum, we can see that Ethereum is already sweeping the low. So Ethereum did already sweep this local low over here, and currently we are actually creating a potential bullish S&T divergence with Bitcoin, in which Ethereum is forming a lower low on the price, and Bitcoin at the same time is forming this slight higher low over here. And that is what we call a bullish S&T divergence, and it's a potential signal for a potential reversal. Now what we can see over here is that Ethereum also took out this low over here, right? But it didn't take out this low. And this is something that we have to analyze. Because why is this interesting? Because in my opinion, if I'm trying to dive into the mind of the retail trader, a lot of people that long this pullback, right, and were looking for a stop loss, they were putting their stop loss either beneath this low or this low. But why did a lot of people put it beneath this low and not this low? Because they think, if price is going to come back to this low, And it's not only going to take out this one, but definitely also this one. So let me put my stop loss beneath this low instead of the lowest low, because that will increase my RR towards the upside a little bit. Now, on the other hand, people that are shorting this move to the downside, or were shorting this pullback towards the upside, they were looking to take profit around these lows. But people are always greedy. You have to realize that. So people that tighten their stop loss to this low because they're greedy. On the other hand, people that are looking to take profit on their shorts are also being greedy and want to take profit at this low instead of this low for that extra small bit of profit. So that means that the long positions got wrecked by taking out this low, but that on the other hand, the short positions did not get a chance to take profit on their short because we didn't take out this low yet. So their short positions are still active with their stops over here, with their stops over here, and their stops over here. And on the other hand, most of the long positions of the retail traders are now getting wrecked. And we are seeing this bullish S&T divergence. So what I'm waiting at for Ethereum, what I'm waiting for right now, after we took out this low and that we are forming this bullish S&T divergence, I'm going to wait for Ethereum to give me a potential break of structure over here, in which I'm waiting for candle opens and candle closes above this high over here. And if it gives me the break of structure, then we have seen a liquidity sweep, we see an S&T divergence. In the meantime, as always, my coffee machine is washing itself in the back, and we have a break of structure, which means that we can target long positions with our invalidation over here, targeting new highs for the Ethereum price. And that offers a beautiful RR of 4.44. I'm still positioned in this long position with my stop loss currently almost getting stopped out the break even. But if we are going to shift structure over here towards the upside, I'm going to take another long position over here on Ethereum with our invalidation beneath this local low, with our target being new highs for the Ethereum price. And that offers a beautiful RR of approximately 5. If we are going to target $2,550, that is going to offer an even better RR of approximately 8.5. A huge potential RR trade. And because we took out this low and we didn't take out this low, that is, in my opinion, what makes this setup so interesting, because the greedy people got wrecked on both sides. If we now shift structure and we pump it, then the shorts that have their stops above these highs are also getting wrecked because they were too greedy of setting their take profit over here instead of setting their take profit over here. And that is why I always tell you guys to set your take profit at the second to highest low or the second to highest high. Okay, and that is something a lot of people don't understand, but you never want to be greedy. Let this be a huge lesson, okay? That doesn't mean that we cannot continue down and take out these lows, right? But I think that if we manage to shift structure, right, open and close candles above the previous high, then I think that we squeeze higher for the Ethereum price. Now, to end off this video, guys, I want to quickly discuss Prime XBT, which is the sponsor of today's YouTube video. They're now also offering crypto future trading next to trading indices and commodities on Prime XBT. Definitely worth it to check it out. Check out the affiliate link in the description. Sign up, deposit, and enjoy the platform. Now, I want to thank you guys for watching today's YouTube video. Let's see if we can get a break of structure on Ethereum and Bitcoin. If we do, I'm going to try and position myself long on Ethereum. And if you guys do have any questions after watching today's video, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe and like. The phase review is going to come very, very soon, guys. I can't wait for it. 2024 is going to be a crazy year. So make sure to subscribe and enjoy the content. And I'll catch you guys in Wednesday's video. Ciao, ciao.